on, y'all? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, and welcome to week 13 of my keto contest prep. So, as is true with every other week, I did a little posing update. Let's just dive into that real quick first. We'll just dive straight into the posing update. I'll see you inside. All right, here's some posing footage for us all. Let's take a look. We have noticed, not going to lie, y'all, my weight has not changed that much this whole prep, but I've noticed more change just in the picture and video from this week to last than I've noticed in a while. My separation in my hamstrings, going up close to my glutes, the lower back, the separation in my triceps and shoulders, all has gotten noticeably better. I've got more feathering in my quads, more separation in my obliques, so like a front lat spread. Just everything's just much crisper. I'm still holding fat in my glutes, in my lower back, and even my lower abs. That's just typical for males, especially. That's where they're going to hold the most fat. But I can, without a doubt, tell that I've crisped up a lot. Crisped up. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. But I've leaned out a lot since the last update posing footage. So hopefully you can see a difference. Well, I'm starting to get some vascularity in my upper back. It's kind of hard to tell with that lighting, but it's coming there for sure. And one of the main things I've noticed is the definition in the hamstrings with these back poses, though. Those are definitely popping more. I'm still utterly disappointed with my left side chest pose. I just can't ever get my chest to pop like I want it to on that pose. And I've kind of played around my side tricep on my left side. I'm doing that variation of it. Hopefully the judges don't have any issues with me not having my hand behind my back. The overhead abdominal thighs getting better. The obliques are popping more. I've got a pretty thick midsection. I've just come to grips with this fact that my midsection is just thick. But overall, super happy with how the definition and the process has gone so far. All right, so now that you've seen kind of what I'm looking like, let me go over some numbers with you here. So according to the caliper test, I was 7.31% body fat this week. And that is actually up from what it was with the caliper test 2 weeks ago. I was measured at 6.67% 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure that number is inaccurate. I felt off about it when I took it. The time before that was 7.78. So let's just make that last time obsolete. So 7.78 to the 7.31. And the reason I'm pretty confident that 6.67 is inaccurate is because all my measurements from this week have gone down since then. So all my measurements, like on my waist, thighs, hip, all that stuff's improved, but yet the body fat according to the caliper has gone up. So I'm not really worried about that. I don't think that one that was in the 6% mark was accurate. According to the DEXA that I had illustrated last week, I was 9.4%. So from 9.4 to the DEXA to basically 7.3. So roughly speaking, the caliper test is showing 2 percentage points lower than what the DEXA is. So as I'm continually testing with the caliper every 2 weeks and doing a DEXA every 2 months, I can just kind of hedge my bets and assume that the DEXA would be about 2 percentage points higher than what the caliper test is giving me. So that's that. Now, I do want to talk about the fact that, as I alluded to last time, I'm going to be doing a competition in March, and I'm going to be ramping up cardio starting next week. So next, I've got an 8-day rotational cycle on my training split, and what I'm going to do going forward is on those 2 off days, I'm going to be doing cardio. So 2 days of cardio a week, and I'm going to go ahead and start at the 15-minute mark with the Stairmaster both those times. So all of February is going to be 15-minute sessions 2 times a week, probably at the 12 or 13 level intensity on the Stairmaster. And then in March, I'm going to crank that up to 20 minutes at level 15. Yeah, 20 minutes at level 15. I never exceed level 15. I do every once in a while, but not really. So in March, it'll be 20 minutes 2 times a week at level 15, unless I need to kind of call an audible and change a few things up as I'm going through it. Like if my body's not responding like it should or like I want it to, then I'll decrease macros more aggressively or increase cardio more aggressively, one or the other. But I feel pretty good about where I'm at so far. I feel like my body is continually changing. I feel better about the muscle tie-ins, the separation, the symmetry. Everything's getting better. Going into March, what I'm probably going to start doing is basically I'll start competing in March. So starting the 1st of March, I'll just really start hammering home the posing practice. I've been practicing my posing, briefly every day, pretty much every day after my training session. But going forward in March, I'm going to have like hold sessions. So like I'll hit a pose and then hold that pose for like a minute. And then the next week it'll be like a minute 30. And the week after that it'll be like 2 minutes. And basically what you're trying to do there is exceed the hold time for what you would ever hoped or expect to have to hold for during a competition itself. There is a lot that goes into posing on stage, a lot of conditioning involved, a lot of stamina involved, a lot of endurance. And if you're not conditioned and you cannot hold that pose effectively, you're going to fall to pieces when it counts. So being able to hold a given pose for 2 minutes without breaking a sweat, multiple poses at a time, that's what separates the pros from the amateurs. And I'm going to really start driving home that posing practice in March, so that when the competition does come, I can pretty much effortlessly hold any pose the judges calls out without any issue whatsoever. And that's going to really just draw the attention to me instead of everybody that's up against me and having issues holding those poses. So that's a little tip for you there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. One thing I also want to touch on. So this week I am flying to California for the Metabolic Health Summit. I'm going to be, I spoke about this a few weeks back, but I'm going to be prepping all of my meals and bringing all those on the plane. I've got all my meals ready to go in Tupperware. I'm going to be bringing all those onto the plane so that I can hit my macros without any issue while traveling. Training, I'm going to definitely train while I'm in California for the 4 or 5 days that I'll be there. But the way I do my training when I'm traveling, because I travel quite a bit, but I train when I'm traveling. I just don't let me being out of my normal routine and not having access to my normal equipment, my normal schedule, like weigh heavily on me. I used to let it just get in my head, and if I didn't hit the reps or the weight that I was striving for, then I would get mad, I would get frustrated, I would get anxious, and then that would lead to more water retention and just stress, and that's just a downward spiral. So now, this is one of the main reasons I give myself so much time to go through a prep. With little fluctuations like traveling, if I can't maintain my normal workout schedule, I don't really worry about it. I just do what I can do, and I hit my macros perfectly. But if something's going to slip a little bit, I'm okay with it being my training, because I'm not really having to worry about losing all the muscle and lean tissue that I've built. I mean, that's one of the beauties of the ketogenic diet. Like, I'm not going to come back weaker. I'm only going to come back more recovered and better. So I kind of treat it like a deload week almost. Take that time. Take a little bit of intensity off, hit my macros consistently still, no issue, but come back, hit it harder when I do return, and then I don't really skip a beat. So that's my plan for while I'm traveling this week. That's what I'm looking like for the updated posing, and I will see you next week for week 14.